If you love the Hollyland PYRO 7, you're gonna love the PYRO 5. This is the Hollyland PYRO 5, which is a 5.5-inch monitor that has all the same functions and features as the PYRO 7, but in a smaller form factor. And a quick disclaimer, Hollyland did send me out this monitor to check out and review for you guys here on this channel, but they're not paying me, nor do they get to see this video before I upload it. With that said though, again, this is a 5.5-inch monitor. It has a 1500 nits of brightness, so you can actually use this monitor either outside on a bright sunny day or in a controlled studio environment like this. And again, it has a whole list of different features and functions, from false colors, waveforms, vector scopes, focus peaking, multiple frame markers, being able to have an image overlay, having crosshatch, having anamorphic descrease, screen recordings, and really this list just kind of goes on and on. But what makes the PYRO 5 uniquely special is these little things right here. These are the antennas for the PYRO 5, similar to the PYRO 7 with these giant ones. These are twice as small, but have the exact same length and range that the PYRO 7 has. Now that range is going to be around 1300 feet or 400 meters. Now this honestly really just depends, depending on your signal strength wherever you're transmitting and receiving from a monitor. There is two different transmission modes. You can either have smooth or you can have high quality or HQ transmission. Smooth is going to be better for directors, for focus pullers if you guys are on a budget, or if you just need a more accurate with little to no delay on your screen, then smooth is better. Now, if you want to be sending the highest quality image possible and it doesn't really matter on if it's delayed whatsoever, well, then that's when you're gonna wanna do the HQ mode. Moving on to functionality, this monitor can act as a transmitter or a receiver. So if you want to be using this monitor as your main monitor on your camera, this is really ideal for on hybrid bodies. You can use this as a monitor just as it by itself. But if you want to use it to its full extension, you could either use a PYRO S transmitter or receiver, or you can use another PYRO monitor like the PYRO 7. So you can have one monitor that is going to be viewing your footage on your camera itself, and then you're having the second monitor being the director's or client's monitor when you're on set. Honestly, having just these two monitors, there is going to be a deal where you can get both these monitors for a little bit less money if you buy them together. Having a bundle deal like this makes it super helpful when you're on set, because having a monitor on your kit and then having something that you can give to the client or give to your director, having some type of setup like this makes it super functional. Or alternatively, when you're setting up and you're a one-person crew, being able to have your camera that's like maybe 10 feet away or so, and being able to have another monitor on hand and check the framing as you're setting up an interview makes it really useful for having two monitors like this. And it eliminates having to run another HDMI out from your monitor to another transmitter receiver when the transmitter is built into the monitor itself, if you don't need to do any type of external recording. Diving into the physical build of this entire camera, it is a high quality plastic aluminum kind of around the entire body. It has this rubber-like feel on the edges, so if you feel like you drop this, it feels a little bit protected. It does come with one screen protector already on the monitor itself, and it comes with an additional screen protector just in case anything happens to the first one right here that you can replace. On the first side of the monitor is going to be your on-off switch, which I actually kind of really like because of how rugged it feels. It feels a little bit harder to turn on and off in comparison to the PYRO 7, which is a bigger switch. This feels just like a little bit more of a lower profile. Below it, you have your headphone jack. And then on the bottom, you have a quarter screw, which I personally like pin a NATO rail so I can put this onto ball head mounts whenever I'm mounting this to my own camera. And then on the other side is another thread point and then a cover to cover your SD card for whenever you want to record screen recordings or proxy videos onto your camera. On the top of the monitor is where your antennas are going to be going. Unlike the PYRO 7, these ones don't screw in, so it's a little bit less fidgety. All you have to do is just simply pop it in and then click, and then it's going to be locked into place. It kind of looks like a little Batman little monitor, but that's besides the point. Lastly, the back of the monitor where the main stuff is going on, you have a few different powering options. You can either power this with an NPF battery on the back, but you can't unfortunately hot swap it unless you're powering another source to it, but you can power it with a DC to D-tap or DC power. Then on the side is going to be your HDMI in, HDMI out, and SDI in. So if you want to use this, for example, with a Pixis 6K, you do have an SDI option in, which is really nice. I really love when monitors have your HDMI or in and out ports on the back of the monitor, because it kind of helps with cable management having on the back instead of having random cables just kind of sticking out on the side. Personally speaking, I have been actually really enjoying using this camera monitor. This is probably one of the higher quality camera monitors that I own right now alongside the Pyro 7. But when I was kind of looking on the market at monitors as a whole, if you wanted to get a cheap monitor that is $100, $200, there's definitely a plenty of options out there. However, if you're ever thinking, hey, I want to have some type of transmission system in the future, well then this is kind of biting the bullet by getting something that has a built-in transmission signal in the monitor itself. Again, if you already have a monitor set up with transmission or with a transmission system and you don't need the transmission system, it doesn't make necessary sense. This is more ideal for people that are looking for a built-in system that has a transmitter or receiver directly in the monitor. And honestly, when I'm kind of comparing this to other monitors that have transmission built into the monitor itself, it's definitely really affordable in comparison to other monitors that are out there on the market right now. Definitely feels really high quality in the hand and feels extremely durable. Love to hear your guys' thoughts about the Pyro 5 and what you guys think about it in the comments below. But if you do want to hear what my thoughts are on the Pyro 7, well then there's a video right there. YouTube recommends you might like this video right here. Till next one, guys, peace.